Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kita mulakan kelas kita pada pagi ini dengan membaca ummul kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Arrahmanirrahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammadin asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajmain. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, ampunkanlah dosa-dosa kami, ampunkanlah dosa kedua ibu bapa kami dan kasihilah mereka sebagaimana mereka mengasihi kami di masa kecil. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, kurniakanlah kepada kami ilmu yang bermanfaat untuk diri kami, keluarga kami, agama kami, bangsa kami dan negara kami. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, berilah kepada kami kejayaan di dunia dan di akhirat. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, jadikanlah kami orang-orang yang bersyukur. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ya, alhamdulillah, kita bersyukur pada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala pada pagi ini kita dapat bertemu sekali lagi dalam kelas kita untuk kali yang kedua. Okey. Dan pada hari ini kita nak tengok beberapa contoh ya. Kita nak tengok beberapa contoh sebagaimana yang ditunjukkan di dalam slide yang kita tak sempat nak tengok pada hari yang sebelumnya. Okey ya, so kita nak tengok macam mana kita nak, how are we going to calculate yeah, how are we going to calculate equity instrument issued by the acquirer, yeah. So this one we can refer to page 318. So hopefully you can refer to your handphones, yeah, because I have just provided you with the pictures of the pages. The pictures of the pages kat situ. Jadi boleh tengok muka surat 318 Surat 318. Sekejap ya. Okey, boleh nampak tak muka surat ni? Boleh ya? Okey. So muka surat 318 ni it's about the calculation of the value of consideration transferred. It means we purchase the shares of the subsidiary and we are going to make the payment. Okay. So it is in example 6, AWE issued 10 million ordinary share. Yeah, issued 10 million ordinary share. Issued 10 million ordinary share to acquire 7 million of 10 issued ordinary share of SUB. Okay. Ada tertinggal perkataan 10 million kat situ AWE issued 10 million ordinary share to acquire 7 million of the 10 million issued ordinary share of SUB. Jadi maknanya kat sini AWE is the acquirer. They acquire 7 million out of 10 million. It means it acquire 70% of the shares of SUB. Okay. How this company is going to make the payment? The company is going to make the payment by way of issuing its own 10 million ordinary share. Okay. So now we are going to calculate how much is the value of the ordinary shares issued. Yeah, the value of consideration issued ataupun made by the acquirer. Okay. So the fair value, if the fair value if the fair value of AWE share is 4 ringgit each. Yeah, if the fair value of ordinary share of AWE is 4 ringgit, then 10 million times 4 ringgit. The value is 40 million. 10 million times 4 ringgit. The value is 40 million. However, if we cannot find the value of the fair value of ordinary share of AWE, but we have the value of ordinary share of SUB. So how much is the consideration transferred? The amount of consideration transferred will be different. It is not 10 million times 4, but it is 7 million times 6. Yeah, 7 million times 6. Why we have to choose the fair value of ordinary share of SUB? Because we cannot find the fair value of ordinary share of AWE. So either one. If we can find the fair value of AWE, then we use the fair value of AWE. That is the first choice. And the second choice, if we do not know what is the fair value of AWE share, then we are going to look at the SUB share, which is 6 ringgit. So 6 ringgit times 7 million, it is equal to 42 million. Okay, class? Itu example 6. Okay, sekarang ni kita nak tengok pula satu lagi. Example 7. Example 7. Example 7 ni sebab tentang apa ya? Example 7 is about contingent consideration. Contingent consideration. What is actually contingent consideration? On 1st January X4, ADE acquired all the issued equity shares of YYY by transferring 25 million cash to the owner of YYY with a promise to pay an additional 5 million cash on 1st January X5 if YYY were to achieve 25% more profit in the year X4. So the present value of 1 ringgit receivable in a year time is 90 sen. Ini present value lah. Present value 1 ringgit dalam masa setahun lagi adalah 90 sen. Okay. Discuss the accounting treatment. Okay. So now, the company promised to make a payment of how many million? The 5 million is contingent consideration. Yeah. Initially, the company want to pay 25 million. And if the acquiree managed to increase the profit by 25%, yeah, the acquirer is willing to pay additional 5 million. So how are we going to do? What are we going to do? Here we are going to calculate the consideration as follows. Yeah. So cash consideration is 25 million plus consideration payable. Consideration payable of 4.5 million. So it is equal to 29.5 million. That is contingent consideration. There is a prerequisite. If you can make additional profit, then I will pay. If you make additional profit of 25% as compared to last year, I will make another payment of 5 million in 1 year time. And we are going to use the present value of the RM. Yeah, present value of RM, that is only 90 cent. Yeah. Okay. Next. Okay, this is about goodwill on consolidation. Goodwill on consolidation. Goodwill on consolidation. Page 338. Okay. Goodwill is defined as an asset. Yeah, goodwill is defined as an asset representing the future economic benefit arising from other assets acquired in a business combination that are not individually identified. So goodwill is an asset. Goodwill is not patent. Goodwill is not trademark. Goodwill is not a brand. Goodwill is a separate item that is not individually identified. but it can be separately recognized as goodwill. Goodwill on consolidation arises when the fair value of the net asset of the investee is less than the fair value of investee equity share as held by all equity holders. What does it mean? Okay, it means the fair value of shares. The fair value of shares held by the holding company plus the non-controlling interest. Yeah, the fair value is more than the fair value is more than the fair value of net asset. The fair value of shares is more than fair value of net asset. Then the difference between the two is known as goodwill. In a situation where the investor acquires 100% of the equity interest of the investee, goodwill is the difference between the consideration transferred and the fair value of the net asset of the investee. Okay. So, dalam nota kita itu panjang lah dia punya calculation of goodwill. Tetapi sebenarnya bukan semua lah. Kita kena pilih. Okay, dalam tu ada satu buku surat on how to calculate the goodwill. But actually, we can see from this page, it is about how many, maknanya mungkin ada 5, 6, 7 item sahaja. Dalam ni sikit lah. Consideration transferred plus non-controlling interest, and then compare with the net asset of S on acquisition date. So normally net asset of S comprise of a few items, not only one item. Okay. And then we want to calculate the goodwill. This is an example on how to calculate the goodwill. Okay, the purpose of this example for this particular class is only to calculate the goodwill. How are we going to calculate the goodwill? The goodwill is to be disclosed in the consolidated statement of financial position as an intangible non-current asset at cost less impairment. It is not amortized. It is different from other intangible asset. It is not amortized but tested for impairment. Okay, example 3. In example 3, we are given two sets of financial statement. Two sets of financial statement. The first set is H. The second set is S. Okay, from the values provided to us, we know that S has 200,000 ordinary share. It has retained profit of 100,000 and liabilities of 30,000. Okay, what about H? H has almost or more than double. Okay, ordinary share 600,000, retained profit 400,000, and liabilities 40,000. Okay, so total equity and liability of H is 1,040,000 and S 330,000. Okay, what about asset of H? Asset of H comprised of non-current asset and also investment in S. What does it mean, investment in S? It means, okay, H already acquired, okay, 100% shares in S. What is 100% shares in S? It is referring to 200,000 shares in S. So, how much is the payment made? 400,000. So, H already paid 400,000 for purchasing 200,000 shares in S. From a simple calculation, we know that we will have a goodwill. And we will have a goodwill because the value of the share is 400,000. And the share itself is only 200,000. So 200 compared to 400,000. Okay, we can see that. Okay, it's about 200,000. But that is not the way of how to calculate the goodwill. According to the additional information in the next page. Okay, H acquired all the ordinary share of S on 1st January X1, which is the same day as the statement of financial position. And it make a cash payment of 400,000. Required, prepare the consolidated statement of financial position. Okay, for this particular example, I do not want you to prepare the consolidated financial statement. What I want to show you is on how to calculate the goodwill only. All right. So now we are going to calculate the goodwill. We are going to calculate the goodwill. So how are we going to calculate the goodwill? We are going to compare the consideration transferred and net asset. I mentioned earlier in the previous class, net asset is actually total asset minus total liability. Total asset minus total liability is equal to net asset. And net asset is equal to equity. since we do not have, since we do not have the total asset. Yes, of course, here in the example we can find the total asset, but the normal calculation for calculating the goodwill is we are using equity to represent net asset. Okay, so from here, when we want to calculate the goodwill, we are comparing the consideration transferred and net asset. So consideration transferred from the statement of financial position is 400,000. 400,000. And the fair value of net asset on the same date on 1st January X1 comprised of share capital of subsidiary 200,000 and retained profit of 100,000. So fair value of net asset is 300,000. Consideration transferred is 400,000. Is there any difference? The answer is yes. There is a difference of 100,000. This 100,000 is known as goodwill on consolidation. Alright. In this case, the consideration transferred 400,000 cannot be fully eliminated against acquisition date equity, being as share capital and acquisition date reserve. The difference of 100,000 is goodwill on consolidation, which will be recognized and disclosed in the statement of financial position. Okay, so we are not going to refer to page 340. We are going to stop here. The calculation of goodwill. Next, we want to calculate the bargain purchase. Okay, we are going to calculate the bargain purchase. On how to calculate the bargain purchase? Okay, what is actually bargain purchase? What is actually bargain purchase? Bargain purchase is actually the difference between the consideration transferred and fair value of net asset also. But at this time, the fair value of net asset is greater than the fair value of investment or the fair value of consideration transferred. Okay, so as we can see in example 4, we are also provided with two sets of statement of financial position, and the data is almost the same as in example 3, but it is not the same, almost the same. Okay, whereby we can see that the ordinary share of S is 200,000, retained profit is 100,000, and liabilities is 30,000. So altogether 330,000. And the ordinary share of H is 650,000, retained profit is only 200,000, and liabilities is 890,000. The figure for H is different. And then the non-current asset of H is 400,000, investment in S is 250,000. If you remember just now, when we do example 3, the investment in S value is 400,000. Now this is only 250,000. Okay, so you can imagine we pay 250,000 to acquire 100% ordinary share, which is valued at 200,000. From the simple calculation, it looked like a goodwill, but we cannot take the ordinary share only because we are acquiring the total number of shares in S. So the calculation of value of the shares will be based on the total equity. Total equity. That is 200 plus 100. 200,000 ordinary share plus 100,000 net profit or retained profit. So when we are comparing the investment 250,000 and the ordinary share plus reserve of 300,000. We can see that the amount that we pay is less than the equity. The equity is 300,000, and the amount that we pay is only 250,000. Okay. Therefore, from here, okay, when we calculate the goodwill later, we could not get the goodwill. Instead, we get a bargain purchase. Okay. So according to the additional information, Ash bought all the ordinary shares of S on 1st January X1 for 250,000 by issuing 125,000 ordinary share of H. It means it issued the shares at a price of 2 ringgit. So 125,000 times 2 ringgit equal to 250,000 to purchase equity 200,000 plus 100,000. And the calculation can be seen from page 342, the next page. Here. Okay. So from here, when we calculate the goodwill, we cannot get the goodwill because the consideration transferred is less than the fair value of net asset. 250 compared to 300,000, we have a negative balance of bargain purchase of 50,000. What is this bargain purchase actually? Bargain purchase is a gain. A gain means it is an income. In this current year X1, the 50,000 will be recognized in the group statement of profit or loss because it is an income, immediate income. Immediate income. Goodwill is future economic benefit. But bargain purchase is an income that need to be recognized immediately. So whenever we calculate the goodwill and we get a bargain purchase, we are going to recognize the bargain purchase as an income to the group and will be recorded in the consolidated statement of profit or loss. Okay, class? Next. Okay, this is non-controlling interest. Do you remember what is non-controlling interest? Non-controlling interest is representing the interest of non-controlling shareholders. Non-controlling shareholders. So it means in one company, you have two categories of shareholders. The first category is the majority shareholders, that is known as holding company. And second portion owned by another group of investors or shareholders known as minority or non-controlling interest. Okay, so if you have purchased less than 100%, you purchase less than 100%, you are going to have a holding company and you are going to have another party that is known as non-controlling interest. So in example 5, the example 5 given below are the statement of financial position of Ash and S on 1st January X2 immediately after Ash had acquired the shares in S. Okay, so we read the additional information first. Ash acquired 600,000 out of 800,000 shares in S. Yeah, 600,000 out of 800,000. So when it acquire 600 out of 800,000, it is acquiring 75%. 75% of the ordinary shares of S on 1st January X2 for 800,000. For 800,000. 800,000. And on acquisition date, the fair value of S ordinary share was 1 ringgit and 25 cents per share. The fair value of ordinary share of S was 1 ringgit and 25 cents per share. Okay, I would like to make a change here. Ordinary share of S. Ordinary share of S should be changed to 800,000. Ordinary share of S should be changed to 800,000 and the retained profit should be changed to 100,000. Okay, boleh tak? Siapa yang ada buku tu dia tukarlah dekat buku ya. Siapa yang ada yang menonton saja daripada meeting ni, maknanya tak boleh lah nak tukar ya. Okay, saya tukarkan ordinary share 800, retain profit 100. Total di bawah masih sama lah. Okay, kemudian investment in S is investment in 600,000 ordinary share at the cost of 800,000. Required calculate goodwill on consolidation. Itu saja. Kita tak perlu prepare consolidated statement of financial position. Okay. Jadi kita nak calculate ni. Calculate the non-controlling interest. When the non-controlling interest is measured at the proportionate share of the net asset of the subsidiary, berapa banyak goodwill dia. Dan kalau kita gunakan method yang kedua, non-controlling interest is measured at fair value, berapa dia punya non-controlling interest. Okay, so we are going to calculate the goodwill based on two measurement of non-controlling interest. Okay, so kita pergi pada yang pertama, the calculation of non-controlling interest based on fair value of net asset. Based on fair value of net asset will result in, okay, kat sini Okay, the calculation of goodwill. The calculation of goodwill when we calculate the non-controlling interest based on fair value of net asset. Okay, so consideration transferred just now is 800,000. Okay, and then shareholder fund ataupun net asset kita adalah ordinary share 800,000. Retain profit 100,000. Saya dah ubah tadi. Ordinary share 800,000, retain profit 100,000. Totalnya 900,000. So, non-control interest dikata is based on proportionate share of fair value of net asset. Fair value of net asset is 900,000. Proportionate share is time 25%. Jadi kita dapat 225,000. 800,000 plus 225,000 equal to 1,025,000. Compare with the fair value of net asset 900,000. We get a goodwill on consolidation of 125,000. Ini sekiranya kita calculate non-controlling interest based on apa? Based on fair value of net asset. Okay, based on fair value of net asset kita dapat goodwill 125. 125. Okay, ini method yang pertama to calculate the non-controlling interest. Okay. Kita ada method yang kedua, second method to calculate the non-controlling interest based on fair value. Ni dia dekat bawah ni Okay, to calculate the goodwill when the non-controlling interest is measured at fair value. Okay, we know that the non-controlling interest has 25% shares in S. So 25% shares in S means it has 25% times 800,000 shares. 25% times 800,000 shares. So it means it has 200,000 shares. 200,000 shares. And the fair value of the share of subsidiary on the date of acquisition is RM1.25. So we multiply 200,000 with RM1.25. It becomes 250,000. Now we are going to add the consideration transferred 800,000 plus 250,000. It equals to 1,050,000. And the fair value of net asset of shareholders fund is equal to ordinary share 800,000, retain profit 100,000, altogether 900,000. Now we are comparing. 1,050,000 and 900,000. The difference is 150,000. By using the second method, whereby we calculate the non-controlled interest based on fair value of share, we get a goodwill of 150,000. And this amount is different from the previous calculation of goodwill. In the first calculation of goodwill, we get a goodwill of 125,000. In the second calculation, we get 150,000. Why is it different? Why is it different? The difference of 25,000, the difference of 25,000 is actually the goodwill that is belong to the non-controlling interest. So 125,000 is goodwill belong to holding company, and 25,000 is goodwill belong to non-controlling interest. Yeah, the goodwill belong to non-controlling interest, and the analysis can be seen in the next page. Analysis, yeah, in the next page. Okay, here there is a difference of 25,000. Why is it different? Yeah, the difference is because of we calculate the non-controlling interest in different method. The first method is based on fair value of net asset. The second method is based on the fair value of shares. So the difference of 25,000 is actually a goodwill that is belong to the non-controlling interest. Okay, class, yeah. I move to the what is this? This is about impairment of goodwill. Okay, basically impairment of goodwill is only a simple calculation whereby when just now we have a goodwill and it was impaired. So when it is impaired, we simply multiply, or we simply write off. We simply write off the amount of goodwill that is impaired. The amount of goodwill that is impaired. So in this case, the amount of goodwill that is impaired is 9,000. Okay. And another example is in example 8. Okay. In example 8. Okay. Untuk yang example 7 ni adalah goodwill. The goodwill belong to holding only. Goodwill belong to holding only. Kemudian in example 8, the goodwill belong to both parties. The goodwill belong to both parties. Empat, lima. Example 7 tak ada. 10.3. Okay, tak ada gambarnya. Kita sampai example 7. Okey, dalam tu sampai example 7 saja, jadi tak ada. Okey, jadi maknanya kalau katakan ada apa namanya? Impairment of goodwill. Impairment of goodwill daripada contohnya impairment of goodwill sebanyak 10,000. Impairment of goodwill sebanyak 10,000. Holding ada 75%. Kemudian non-controlling interest ada 25%. So 7,500 adalah impairment of goodwill untuk holding. 2,500 adalah impairment of goodwill untuk non-controlling interest. Okay. Kita tengok lagi apa yang example yang kita belum tengok lagi. 3, 4, 1. 4, 6. Okey, jadi maknanya by right kita dah berdasarkan apa yang kita dah belajar tu, bolehlah kita calculate kita punya goodwill untuk soalan. Kita tengok satu soalan saja dulu. Sekejap ya. Ada tak saya bagi tutorial question? Okay, can you see this PDF?
Boleh, sir.
Okay. So we have tutorial introduction to business combination. Dah cuba buat ke? Ada yang dah cuba buat? Ada tak?
Ada, sir.
Ada. Dah dapat jawapan lah ya? Berapa jawapan?
128.
128. Dan kita pun dah bagi key answer kat situ 128. Patutnya tak ada key answer tu tapi dah bagi you work towards 128,000. But I believe that you really understand on how to calculate. Okay, kita tengok ya. AS Berhad acquired 800,000 ordinary shares and 90,000 preference shares of Batu Kacang Berhad on 1st January 2020 at a cost of 1.2 million for ordinary share and 100,000 for preference share by cash. On the date of acquisition, the balance of Batu Kacang Berhad equity and liabilities comprise of the following. Ordinary shares, dia ada 1 million unit. Preference share, dia ada 200,000 unit. Retained profit, 200,000 and general reserve, 100,000. On the same day, a property was revalued at 40,000 more than its carrying value. Non-controlling interest was valued based on proportion of fair value of net asset of Batu Kacang Berhad on the date of acquisition. Okay, so how are we going to calculate this goodwill? How do we get the figure 128,000? Okay, so first we record step 1. We record the consideration transferred for ordinary share. Consideration transferred for ordinary share is 1.2 million, right? 1.2 million, and then we leave some space blank to calculate the non-controlling interest later, and then we go to the third step, that is to list down what are the fair value of net asset of the subsidiary of Batu Kacang that comprise of ordinary share 1 million, retained profit 200,000, general reserve 100,000, and ARR 40,000. ARR 40,000. So from there we know that the fair value of net asset is how much? 1 million plus 200,000 plus 100,000 is 1.3, and then there is another 40,000. 1,340,000, right? Okay, 1,340,000. Okay, and then the non-controlling interest is 20%. 20% kali dengan 1340. Itu dia punya non-controlling interest. Okay. 1340 kali dengan 20%. Berapa dapat?
268.
268 268. Okay. Jadi tadi consideration transfer 1200. Okay. Kemudian non-controlling interest 268. Jadi berapa totalnya? 1468. Betul? 1468. Okey, kita bandingkan dengan 1340. Dapat tak 128?
Dapat.
Okey, 128,000. Jadi untuk soalan yang kedua dan berikut nanti kita akan cuba discuss dalam kelas yang akan datang. Dan of course kelas yang akan datang tu kita akan cover juga topik yang kedua. Okey kelas, ada apa-apa soalan sebelum kita bersurai untuk hari ini?
Ada sir.
Ada ya. Oh, saya lupa nak ambil attendance lah tadi. Semua hadir ke ni hari ni? Okay, saya bacakan nama lah ya. Sebab tak nampak ni. Ahmad Fikri ada?
Ada sir.
Okay, Fatin,
Ada sir.
Muhammad Haris. Senyap ya. Ada dua Muhammad Haris ni. Muhammad Haris bin Mazatul Akmal dan Muhammad Haris bin Hairul Nizam. Tak ada, dua-dua tak ada. Muhammad Iqbal? Tak ada. Muhammad Irfan? Tak ada. Muhammad Syukri? Ada.
Ada.
Muhammad Zaim?
Sir.
Ha,
Muhammad Haris Harun Nizam ada sir.
okey. Muhammad Zaim? Zaim? Tak ada. Nur Farisha? Tak ada. Nur Farah? Tak ada. Ramai tak ada. Nurul Atikah?
Saya sir.
Okey. Nurul Fatin?
Saya sir.
Okey. Nurul Syakira?
Saya sir.
Okey. Nur pula. Rus Syazwina?
Ada sir.
Ada. Siti Aisyah?
Ada sir.
Okey. Siti Farhana?
Saya sir.
Okey. Syafia?
Ada sir.
Okey.
Ada, sir.
Wan Nurliana?
Ada
Ada.
sir.
Okey. Aina Fazira? Aina? Tak ada. Aiman? Aiman? Tak ada. Hasna?
Ada sir.
Ada. Izian?
Saya sir.
Okey. Nur Syahira? Tak ada. Nur Syasha?
Saya sir.
Okey. Nur Syam?
Saya sir.
Okey. Nur Azian? Tak ada. Muhammad Izzadin? Tak ada. Muhammad Azamuddin? Tak ada. Ada tak nama yang saya tak sebut? Tadi ya? Okey. So terima kasih banyak-banyak sudi hadir kelas pada hari ini. Kita sudahi dengan surah Wal-Asr. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihat wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jumpa lagi minggu depan.
Terima kasih sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sama-sama.
Thank you, sir.
Okey, welcome.
sir.
Welcome.